Mission Impossible review the movie, not the TV show, and the first one, not 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. You know what I'm getting sick of? 90s action in 90s movies. I think when people talk about action movies, just skip the entire 1990s because they can't do action right. I will die on this hill. I will hurt someone. How dare you talk about the 90s that way? I could write an entire thesis on how the 90s were arguably the best films. This is Aiden's favorite Mission Impossible movie. Who? Can you understand the words that are coming out of their mouth? I can't. This movie is so confusing. The only reason to watch it is the CIA scene. It did get a little mumbly at times. It got really annoying having to turn the volume way up when they were talking, and then having to turn it way back down when there were explosions. Rename this movie. It has nothing to do with the Mission Impossible series. Warning, spoilers. There actually are a little bit of spoilers in this one. Can you imagine seeing a Star Trek movie where Captain Kirk becomes a traitor? Or how about the Cookie Monster, a child abuser? Oh my god! Or Luke Skywalker becoming evil? What about Mr. Rogers on the 10 Most Wanted? That's the kind of nonsense this movie peddles. It is total garbage, and it is not a Mission Impossible story at all. I want to rewind way back to the Cookie Monster being a child abuser. That's where you decided to go with that? Entertaining, but what was with the constant double crosses? It's a spy movie. That's what they do. The plot may be a little batty, but the cast is good, and some of the scenes are truly inspired. Full review later. We're all looking forward to that, buddy. Damon R says, I had to see it twice so I could understand what was going on, which is ironic because this review was posted twice right in a row. 1 out of 10 stars. Mission Impossible of watching. The name of this movie couldn't be better. Mission Impossible, because it was impossible of watching. The grammar of this review was impossible of reading. It was also me. Love it. I can't tell if this is another double cross. Are you admitting that it was you? 1 out of 10 stars. I have no idea why my first review was removed. I wrote a review about why I hated this film some time ago. My Italian friend, Angelo, recently informed me it was removed. I have had this happen a few times, and each time it seemed to be because I hated a movie everyone else liked. You're right, buddy. They are coming for you specifically. Big Hollywood is deleting your reviews because they're so influential. 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either, which is the only middle of the road take that I saw. Everybody either hates this or loves it. 1 out of 5 stars. I probably shouldn't have waited almost 2 decades from its release to watch this, but I had other stuff going on back then. It was the 90s, didn't we all? I just know there is going to be 7 more movies in the franchise. This review was written in 2014, and they were right. 3 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed watching it, but I have seen it before. Yeah, I don't see why you would watch it again. If you didn't like it, I assume you liked it. There's a surprising amount of water in that lobster tank. Yeah, it looked a lot smaller in the restaurant, didn't it? Tom Cruise doesn't seem to age, but this movie sure does. He really doesn't. It doesn't matter what movie you watch. He's the same age. It's Tom Cruise, so you'll at least be entertained. 10 out of 10 stars. Tom. I like the bit where he catches a drop of sweat on his hand. This gives me big Chris Farley energy. Hey Tom, you remember that one time when you caught the drop of sweat on your hand? That was awesome. Some may think the plot is convoluted, but that's simply because they weren't paying attention. Yes, clearly you were the smart one here. 1 out of 10 stars. Not just bad, but horrible. Okay, let's make this simple. This is perhaps the worst movie ever made. I would argue that there are several movies that are worse than this. I could list some for you now. Napoleon Dynamite, The Priest, other movies. I didn't come prepared, okay? I give the reviews for Mission Impossible like a 5 out of 10. Everybody either hated it or loved it, and I'm just here for fun spy stuff. Damon R says, was that me? Oh, freaking email. Before Damon, yeah. Why wouldn't you watch it? Dang it! I missed what I was trying to say. What a way to end. Me looking like an idiot.
You never look like an idiot.
Oh, thanks. You're just saying that out of habit, honey.